Hi moms and dads, hope that you guys are having a great week and everyone is still well. This Sunday we're going to be looking at Acts chapter 9 verse 31 to 43. Now this passage comes just before Acts chapter 10 and 11, and this is important because this is where Peter will radically change the church's attitude towards the Gentiles, the non-Jews. So up until this time, the church consisted almost entirely of converts from Judaism. Just go and read chapter 11, verses 1 to 3. So Luke, who's the author of the book of Acts, he uses these two miracles which very closely mimic the miracles of two miracles of Jesus. If you look in Luke chapter 5, verse 24, and Luke chapter 8, verse 54, you can see the connection there. And he does this to show that Peter should be listened to because he has Jesus' authority. So just as Jesus' miracles showed his authority, so these miracles show that Peter has Jesus' authority. So Peter is not the focal point of the miracles, Jesus is. They both point to Jesus' good news that Peter is now teaching. And this is the good news that has the power to give new strength to the powerless and life forever to the dead. It is as if through these miracles, Jesus is saying, listen to Peter. His power is my power. His good news is my good news. His words are my words. So it is clear from the response in Joppa that the people understood this. Look at verse 42. Well, let's just have a look at a few of these verses in chapter 9. So in verse 31, the church has now spread into Samaria because of the persecution by the Jewish authorities. Go look at chapter 8, verse 1. But for the moment, the persecution has stopped and they have peace. Then in verse 32, just to clarify, saints basically means Christians. There was already a Christian community there, perhaps as a result of the scattering caused by the persecution in Jerusalem. In verse 34, Peter explicitly claims that Jesus is the one who heals Aeneas. Even the words that he uses are similar to Jesus' healing of the paralytic in Luke chapter 5, verse 24. And then in verse 35, all does not mean each and every single person, but rather that many who saw this man after his healing believed. Sharon is the entire coastal plain, so this is a large area. Jesus, the Lord, is the hero of the healing, and everyone understood. In verse 39, Tabitha had used her gifts to help the church, and her contribution, particularly to the poor, was sorely missed. Then verse 40 to 41, although Peter does not say here that he heals in Jesus' name, the fact that he prays beforehand clearly shows that it is only Jesus who can raise the dead. Then in verse 42, the miracle authenticates Peter's apostolic message and shows the power of Jesus to bring new life. And the only appropriate response is belief in Jesus as Lord. I really hope that on Sunday you will have a wonderful time with your family as you look at this passage. I'm going to send through the material for you to prepare the activities for you to prepare. But on Sunday morning in the slideshow, there's going to be a number of opportunities for you as parents to chat through the outworkings of this passage for your children and in their lives. And it would be really wonderful for you to discuss with them some of the practical things that can be put into place in their lives as a result of this passage. And I think it's such a wonderful opportunity for us to be taking these Sundays in lockdown while you're solely responsible for the spiritual life of your children, to use this time as an opportunity to show our children that the Bible is far more than just gaining knowledge, that it's about us actually putting this knowledge into practice. And I think that as they discuss the Bible with you as parents, opposed to maybe Sunday school teachers, you may be able to really get to some very helpful application points that are specific to them in their own lives. They may feel that being in a home environment, it's a little bit safer. So do make use of the points in my video on Sunday where I give you an opportunity as a family to discuss various aspects of the lesson. Have a wonderful time, and I look forward to seeing you on the Zoom call on Sunday morning.